Hi, I have another little book haul to show you. I like to show you the old books that I do find and that I get because I know I enjoy seeing other crafters and artists find old books, and then I kind of have a better idea of what to be on the lookout for. So I have these 5 old textbooks. They're children's textbooks from the late 1800s and early 1900s. I found them on shopgoodwill.com. And I've mentioned it before in videos, but it's an auction site kind of like eBay. The handling and the shipping can be kind of expensive, but you just kind of have to watch. So all 5 of these I got for, it was like $15 and something cents. That included shipping and handling. So that was a really good price. That makes each of these about $3. And, you know, for me, that's definitely worth it. So, I'm just going to show you here. This is the Guidebooks to Reading, Eagleman and McTerman, 8th grade. And the cover itself, it says retail price 90 cents. The cover itself is kind of neat, and I could probably repurpose the cover as well. It has a beautiful poem in the front, Invictus. And then the copyright is 1925, and this is a reprint 1928. And there's not, well, I guess there's a couple pictures in here. Let me show you. Okay, there's a couple pictures. Most of it is just text. But still, I mean, it's almost 100 years old. So this would make great additions to junk journals. And I also like how, like, this is Florence Nightingale. This is a story about Florence Nightingale here. Let's see. Here's some planets, Venus and Mars. Let's find something else here. Words to learn, test and study activities. So this was an actual textbook from almost 100 years ago. So I think that's really neat. That was one of them. Then there's this one, which is the Standard History of Music, a first history for students of all ages. And this one is 1910, reprinted in 1925. And again, it's a history of music. There's more to look at in here. There's test questions, and these are all musicians. Let me get another good. There we go. So there's a lot in here. History, music. Okay, so there's that one. And then this one here, Child Classics, second reader. This is really old. I mean, old looking anyway. And it is 1922. This one's already falling apart, so I'm not going to feel as bad about using this one. It's like Sinbad the Sailor from Arabian Nights. There's some cute illustrations. So I'm excited about using that one. Now, I saved my 2 favorite for last. I am not sure if I'm going to be able to actually use these. National Music Course, New Second Music Reader. And not only does it look terribly old, it's from 1894. Not only is it from 1894, but the student wrote their name in the front, signed their name with this beautiful lettering, and dated it November 22nd, 1894. I hope you can see that. But to me, that is just so cool. And then it's a book about reading music. It's a textbook on how to read music. The key of F. So I don't know if I can actually bring myself to tear this one apart. This one might just go on my shelf as a piece of history. My husband is always saying, no, don't rip them up. They're history. They're history. And sometimes he is absolutely right. So this one I'm definitely not taking apart anytime soon. I think this is just going to go on my shelf. Now this one, 5th year music. The book, it looks really cool. I probably will use this one. It has a lot of music on it. But what's really cool, there are leaves pressed in this book, guys. I do not know how old these are. I mean, they look old, but I don't know if they're 1922 or whatever this was. But look at that. Oh. So I'm definitely going to do something special with these leaves. I do not know, you know, the history or the story behind them. I can use my imagination, and there's a whole bunch of names written in the front and crossed out. This was a textbook for multiple different students. I think Tom Moore, well, Mary Alice something Fitch or something, 25 cents. Her name was crossed out, and then Tom Moore, he had his name in here. So I'm wondering if maybe there were some leaves that he pressed, or you know, maybe they were pressed more recently and this was owned by someone else. I don't know, but I'm going to do something with those leaves in one of my personal journals. But I just thought that you'd enjoy that, and again, I just really encourage you to get on shopgoodwill.com and type in vintage books. Just look through, they're constantly adding new ones. I just lost a auction for some beautiful floral poetry books. They were gorgeous, like watercolors and floral, and they were from the early 1900s. And I thought that I was going to win it, and I lost it at the last minute, and now they're gone. But there was another one that I lost that I was considering. I didn't up my bid because I really only wanted the Longfellow. There was Henry Wadsworth Longfellow illustrated poetry from the like 1916. The other two were okay, but it was going to get too spendy because that was really the only book I wanted. So go on there and see what you can find. Comment below. Let me know if you find anything that you like. Oh, there was a book from 1722 on there. It was a book of poems. I think it was German, and it was gorgeous. I was so tempted, but it was going, the bid was at $56, and I had a figure out of mind it was going to go up, and I really didn't want to pay that much, even though I think it's worth way more than that. And also my husband was like, if you ever get a book that old, you are not taking it apart. Oh my goodness, you need to like save it and take care of it. And I'm like, yeah, I know, right? I mean, a museum should have that. So I've rambled long enough. As you can see, I love books, especially old books, and I love including them in my journals when I can bring myself to tear them apart. So I hope that you guys have a wonderful day, and let me know in the comments below what your favorite vintage book find has been.